was the sun.
I'm being blinded by the building across the street, but if this podcast is going to happen, the window's going to be open. And welcome, everybody, to the Thunder and Lightning podcast. Scratch that. Welcome, everybody, to episode 1 of Dr. Paine's Pointless Podcast.
Woo, yeah.
A check-up with the doctor.
That's me. An annual podcast, hopefully.
Hopefully.
That's the idea.
Hopefully. That's the
Once
that's
a year.
the idea.
For those of you who are like, oh no, what happened to my favorite podcast on this channel? It hasn't gone anywhere.
This
This
is
is just a once a year annual checkup with the doctor.
This isn't even my favorite podcast on the channel. It's like that famous quote where they're like, John Lennon, is Ringo Starr the greatest drummer ever? And he's like, he's not even the greatest drummer in the Beatles. It's like that. But this is our weekly podcast. So briefly, before we just we're gonna discuss behind the scenes stuff about 7 Dr. Paine episodes that came out this year, starting
year
with
in-
episode 3.
Dr. Paine, a year in review.
But because this is our weekly podcast, let's talk about our weeks real quick, starting with Chris, and then we'll go to you and then me.
That's me. I'm Lightning. My week was good. Crimbus happened.
Yeah, Crimbus.
That was really good. Things I got. Oh, maybe we'll put up that nice picture I took of the. I collect Star Wars and Marvel figures, and I got my Deadpool figure.
Nice.
I created my Magnus Opus Magnum Magus. I made Deadpool and Wolverine cuddle each other.
There you go.
Yeah, that's what I did, and it was awesome. Maybe there's a picture of it on screen right now.
Maybe.
I
I do have that picture.
You do have that picture.
Yeah.
Beyond that, I got a Boba Fett helmet, which was super cool. Got Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad, the complete series.
Yes.
Um,
Because Chris is a human being who appreciates the preservation of physical media.
I do. Also, maybe this is just my mid-2090s brain speaking, but I don't trust streaming services to always have the shows I want to watch.
Well, I mean, HBO Max will always have
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, but Breaking Bad's sort of like, is it even, where is Breaking Bad right now?
Netflix.
Yeah, it's not going to be on Netflix forever.
No, that's what I'm
No,
saying.
Yeah.
I'm still kind of caught up in that. Maybe, I'm not saying I will never not just go straight to streaming,
Right.
but as of right now, I don't trust that.
Dude,
my
do you want to
favorite
know,
stuff is
do you want to know
always
what's
gonna be
leaving
there.
Netflix at the end of this
The
month?
Office.
Into the Spider-Verse is leaving Netflix.
Oh.
I leapt to The Office in my head too.
Really?
Yeah.
Dexter's also leaving.
Yeah, I'm not going to pretend to know how they choose what leaves and what doesn't. But
yeah, I for the first time in my life, I got the latest phone. I got.
You got a new
and
phone?
Yeah, I got a new phone
Really?
because mine is
Oh, cool.
mine is dying. Mine is like 6 generations old.
yeah.
Mm.
But the phone you have with you today is still the
Yeah,
old
I
one,
haven't
right?
I haven't set it up
Oh,
yet.
okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna let this one ride out a little more, and then I'll set that one up. What else? Pauline got me the coolest thing ever. Trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. I probably am. It's very fresh in my head, the things I got. But she got me a Korg guitar tuner,
Okay.
but it has Charmander on it,
oh,
which
cool.
I didn't think was even a thing.
That's cool.
Like, yeah, she custom made a
That's really
guitar
cool.
tuner for me.
That's awesome.
That's really,
Yeah.
really cool.
That doesn't sound like I started a video by mistake. I have a playlist of videos open on my phone for later reasons.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was a thing you could do. That's cool though.
yeah. No, really great Christmas. Thank you to everybody who got me stuff. Thank you, Dr. Paine.
Oh
who
yeah,
just,
Dr.
oh.
Dr.
who
Paine,
just got us
Dr.
stuff.
Paine arrived with Christmas gifts.
Yeah,
We were not expecting that.
Yes. No.
that cool bead art your dad just made for me
Yeah.
Very cool.
with Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Super cool. Gonna go in my room. Everything was awesome.
Emery, how was your week?
My week was I'd say a mix of happiness and stress. Stress only because I'm taking some time off of work next week, which just meant that all the work that was going to have to be done next week had to get done this week.
Yeah.
So it was just a whole lot of stuff all at once. So bunch of really long days leading up to Christmas, but then Christmas Day itself was really good. Had a good time just with family, same people that I'm basically only seeing right now. Same deal with all of us probably. But it was my 6-month-old nephew's first Christmas,
Oh,
which
cool.
was very exciting.
Nice.
He's now vaguely becoming a real living person.
Vaguely becoming a doctor. Slowly.
He can nearly say potentially things that might be words, and he has his medical license.
Oh, good.
So,
Get that out of the way now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was very exciting for him to be able to get that. As for things that I got, I'm a huge fan of really fun like patterned socks. I asked for them, and I got a lot of socks. The vast majority of like the things that I got were sock related, probably.
You know, I didn't know that about you, but it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
You knew that about him. You got him maybe his favorite pair.
You got me my Cool Dad socks.
I got you the Cool Dad socks, yeah, but I didn't know you were like. I just got those because I was like, these have big Emery energy. I didn't.
You happened to tick every box. With
Yeah,
them.
I guess I did.
Yeah, like amazing socks and my favorite thing. So,
So Dr. Paine. So what I'm learning is the best Christmas gift for Dr. Paine is going to be tennis socks with tennis paraphernalia on them.
I never knew why he liked those socks so much till right now. I thought it was something to do with him being a cool dad, even though he's not a dad.
No, that's just the vibe that Dr. Paine gives off when he's around a group of people. Because it's not just cool dad. The socks are here comes cool dad. And can't you imagine Emery just like fucking driving into a room like here comes cool dad?
He does that now. Oh man. After we do the weeks, I want to talk about the Dr. Paine musical I found.
What? Oh, okay. Yeah.
If you're okay with that.
I'm fine. I don't know what it is that you're referring to.
That video I sent you of you from Beyond the Past.
Chris wanted me to cut away to that in Dr. Paine without asking you first.
No, I never said that. I said I was going to ask him.
Oh, okay.
No, he was always going to get asked first.
Okay.
Always. But I was just like, how funny would it be to just cut to this?
I mean, yes, that'd be fucking hilarious.
Thunder.
Yeah.
Your week.
Here's how my week went. Did you know that if you go to the Sour Patch Kids website, you can custom order bags with specific flavors? I ordered a
That's cool.
5-pound bag of Sour Patch Kids with just red, blue, and pink. It was $35.
Wow.
Wow. Okay.
How much did it weigh?
5 pounds.
5 pounds. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot of Sour Patch.
It's a lot of
Kids.
Sour
Did they
Patch.
have smaller options and you just wanted the 5-pound option?
Yes.
Okay.
They had a $15 3-pound option.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, that's
so,
more
you
than
know,
Wow.
you might as well get the.
I know, right? That's kind of where I was at. Because the advertisement I saw was for the 5-pound, and I was like, fuck yes. And then they were like, you want a 3-pounder? I was like, absolutely not. I know what I came here for. Your viral marketing campaign on Instagram ads worked because I clicked on it. And then I spent like $42 with shipping for
Wow.
a bunch of Sour Patch Kids. I didn't get much for Christmas only because I just got a bunch of money. Like I got a bunch of gift cards and stuff. I think I have like a solid like $75 to GameStop, so I think I'm gonna buy new Joy-Cons with it.
Nice.
Smart.
Yeah, because those are like still 90, I think, or some shit. And mine have been drifting. It's like for a full year now. I actually had to rewind a whole turn in Fire Emblem the other day because Joy-Con drift made me attack a person I wasn't trying to. Other than that, Christmas was pretty whatever, pretty chill. Small family get together with food that my parents made. Delicious meatballs.
Nice.
And you'd think that there was some pasta associated with that, but no, it was just meatballs.
We do that too. They're like sweet meatballs, though.
We also had meatballs.
And
yeah,
no
but
pasta, right?
No pasta.
oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, no,
That's
we're
not
we're
weird.
we're with you
Yeah.
here.
Well, what I'm saying is usually it's like Dad wants an excuse to make his delicious meatballs, but we're gonna have pasta with it. But this time there was no pasta; it was just meatballs, and I was like, I mean, this is the part I liked, so yeah.
No, I'm sure you're gonna have some. I'm sure you already have had some, both of you at my house.
Oh yeah. I
Oh,
know-
yes,
the
of
meatballs
course.
my
exactly
mom
what you're
makes.
talking about.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
And they
yeah.
are delicious.
Chelsea's mom would sort of do the same thing,
Yeah.
sort of, but
Yeah.
hers were a little more, if I will, Asian inspired
Yes.
in their flavorings and seasonings. But enough about us.
What about you?
Let's talk about you, Dr. Paine, who I
Oh.
just remembered we actually never introduced. We just kind of went into the
we
podcast.
didn't introduce
and-
any of us.
No, we didn't. That's my fault.
People who are listening to this as their first thing on the channel are like,
Yep.
"Who are these people?"
Who are these people?
Oh, a 3-person podcast. Can't wait to listen to the next episode. So-
Tune in a year.
So let's kick things off. How we kicked the year off with no videos for like 6 months because of quarantine, and then I text Emery and I was like, "Hey Emery, just do one without us," and he was like, "Oh yeah," and then so this one is episode 3, The Return, which is the one where
The
you
return.
you did the pop and cook in.
Can-
Oh gosh.
Can before we get into it, can I tell my little story about the recent video I found of Dr. Paine?
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
Sorry. So I was at work, as one does, and my boss's boss comes over to me, and she knows I'm a musician, and she likes to talk about that stuff. Her nephew or grandson, her grandson, is a singer,
Okay.
and she
Oh
likes
yeah. Oh yeah, I have heard this.
she likes showing me videos of him singing. So she comes over, she sits down, she shows me a video, and within 2 seconds, there's just this tall, lanky, blonde guy in
Son
the
of
corner,
a bitch.
and there's some choreographed moves in there, and he's just too into it. He caught my eye instantly. I was like, "Son of a bitch, that's Emery, Dr. Paine." And I started smiling, and I was really into the video, and I think, not that her grandson didn't do a great job, but I think she thought I liked the video a lot, because he was the soloist in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's not that I did or didn't, but I was smiling the whole time, because I was like, "Oh, this is awesome." It's from like 6 years ago. I
Yeah.
didn't even know him when he made this.
That was honestly crazy that we came across that.
Emery actually went to the same college as us, but
Yeah.
we didn't
No.
know him.
We didn't know
until
him from
after he was.
college.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really weird. No, so the video he's talking about, when I was in college, I was like one of the first members of this brand new a cappella group that got formed.
So you were starting that one.
Basically, I was like half a year after the first people like started the group. I joined.
Okay.
And it was the only a cappella group. We weren't very good. I'm going to be very honest with you guys. We weren't very good. I think I was one of the only people who could read music
Okay.
in the group, so it wasn't.
Yeah, because this acapella group, if I remember correctly, was not
It's a student run.
right. It wasn't,
Yep.
but it wasn't the music department running it, right?
No.
No,
Yeah.
there were a couple students from the music department randomly in it, but it was a big mishmash of like theater kids were in it. Like I was in it. I was in the Department of Communications, like totally random.
Yeah, the medical doctor department.
Exactly. How do you have to be able to communicate with your patients? And so that was my bachelor's degree. And so this video he's talking about like WGBH, like local like coverage, like decided that they wanted to put together a singing competition called the
Sing That Thing. I
Sing-
actually liked the title of the show.
called Sing That Thing. And so we were lucky enough to get it on the ground floor because if there was any competition, we wouldn't have gotten in. And so like there was like 4 college groups total, I think, which made it really easy for us to eke by the first round and get to the finals, which I think is the
The video.
The video. I can't remember which one actually.
Yeah.
You sent. So we were in.
Well, now you got to tell me. Did you win the finals?
No.
I know what place they came in.
The other,
okay.
The other group was a lot better than us. Kudos to them. They did a great job. So the first episode.
Second place. He never said it. They came in second place.
We did. So the first episode that we were in was like we just sang any song for like they had a panel of judges as they do on these like competition like X Factor like American Idol shows, and we did Say Something.
Oh, by what is his
I
name?
I don't remember. I'll be honest. I don't remember. Same soloist. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He was in both. So we did that. We did good enough to get to the second and final round for the college groups, in which they gave both groups a new piece of music, sheet music written by like someone a part of the production, and so we both groups had to learn that song and then put their own like spin on it.
Interesting.
So learning the song was difficult enough because, as I just said, basically none of us knew how
Right.
to
That
read
must have
music.
been really tough.
So there was that, and then to put our own spin on it, we mashed it up with "Dream On"
Yeah.
Okay.
by Aerosmith.
Someone tried to freestyle the verse, and it did not go over well.
It didn't work.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. It didn't work. Like maybe in concept it was a cool idea. Because I can't remember exactly, but like it might have vaguely thematically gone with the song they gave us, not in genre, but in like words maybe.
Yeah.
But it didn't work playing it off, and the other group just did like a really better version of the song that was given to us. But yes, I was a member of that group. Oh, the group's name was Sockapella. Coming back to my sock theme, our shtick was that we wore colorful socks.
Was that your?
It wasn't even my idea.
No.
No.
Sounds like this group was around before him.
Yeah.
Oh, so they just had you at all ends. You were just
Yeah, no, I was like,
You were
this
in
is
there.
perfect.
some choreography, some singing, some socks.
Exactly. So I was down for it. So it was a fun time. But again,
Not that you would do this because you would be too far away from the mic, but if you were to lay down right now, you would crush my cat to death. Because she is sniffing your back currently, right behind you.
okay.
So.
I mean, that's good to know. That would be the worst thing to happen.
I was gonna pet her more, but then I realized I'm seeing Pauline later.
Oh, you
Oh.
just wash your hands and
Yeah.
yeah. I had a friend who was allergic to cats who would pet my cat and then just wash his hands because he liked cats so much. Yeah, she likes head scritches. Okay, so
Right.
let's get into it.
Yes.
Opening thoughts from the doctor on the poppin' cookin' thing that you
Oh,
did.
Boy, this was one of the darkest places I have mentally been in one of these episodes.
Also a bad time in everybody's
yeah,
lives. Like,
like-
I feel like you were gonna go into
Yeah.
this with bad thoughts.
Also, the
Yeah.
only one that we're going to talk about that didn't have either me or Chris or both present for the recording.
Yeah, right. Like, we had already gone to this like shtick of like transitioned into what these episodes were going to be, which is you guys give me like a surprise thing,
Right,
and
but we
then
couldn't execute on that
couldn't happen 'cause-
until COVID was at least a little bit
Right.
wrapped up.
so like I came up with the idea, which like I did for the first ones anyway. So like getting back to that mindset and then doing it like all on my own again and like failing so hard, which I do every time in all fairness. But like this one hit hard because it was like this is a child's thing, like this is for children, and I was having such a hard time.
it was also in another language. I know it was. I know
No,
we
wasn't
had.
it?
No, I know we had English in it, but I feel like it was kind of vague.
That's what my question was going to be. How did you find an English translation of those? Because low-key, like, I didn't mean to say low-key. Full disclosure, I've seen videos on those before, and every time I do, the person's like, it's in Japanese, couldn't find the English.
It's the first thing that popped up on Amazon.
Oh, interesting. Maybe
Yeah.
they just weren't making them, and now they are. Also, how did you find an 8-pack, and why did you buy an 8-pack? And
Why
not
did you
just
buy
one?
it twice?
So I was like, I figured they would be really quick to do. So I'm like, I can't just do
Well,
one.
that was your first
for-
mistake.
I know. First of several. They'd be really quick to do, so I can't just do one. I might as well do a couple. But how do I pick? Oh, I'll just let them pick for me. I'll just buy a giant pack of these things. That'll be fun. And So hubris coming into the equation. It'll be a theme for this episode and potentially more, where my pride lead me to my fall.
You actually, I mean, this is not a secret. This is in the video, but you wanted to do 3, and you got so depressed by the end of the second one that you did not do the third one, and then you unceremoniously threw it away.
I promised people at the beginning of the video, I'm like, we're going to do 3. This is gonna be so good. It'll be like a 3-course meal. I'll do sushi and then a hamburger, and then we'll do dessert, donuts.
To be fair, whenever you check in on those pop and cooking things, whether it's the one with Chris that we'll talk about later or this one, every time you're like, oh, this went so bad, this one step, I'm always just sitting there like, that's what I would have done, though. Like, I don't know what he did that I wouldn't have done in that particular step that he said he fucked up.
I don't know. I mean, probably one of my fatal flaws is my entire, like, my lack of desire to take a pause and, like, prep and clean at any point in anything that I do. I'm just like, we're going.
I mean, that's a staple at this point.
Yeah. So
and we've given you so many options for cuts and edits to like just take a breather and start over, but you just got to keep trucking.
Yep. We're going, and so that probably had a hand on it.
I feel watching that one, I was like, this is Dr. Payne's big return. We haven't had an episode. We have just figured out that this was going to become a monthly episode on our channel, and then we just couldn't for 6 months. So much to the point where before the new one came out, I feel like you and I must have had a short conversation of, is he still Dr. Paine? Is he still on the channel?
Right,
is it still happening?
No, I remember that.
And then the big return, and unfortunately we just I think COVID knocked you out of your mojo. I think good old thunder and lightning knocked you back into your mojo.
No, but I will say that video, it's not
a bad video.
It's not entertaining.
No.
It's not your best episode, but it's not your worst episode, you know? It's
I think it's the only one we've seen the Doctor at his most defeated and vulnerable. I think life has kicked him in the face as it did with all of us, and we're just seeing him unsure of how to continue on as the Doctor.
Yeah.
I'm
glad we figured out a really solid format in terms of like us being there, us getting you the thing.
Yeah.
I am thankful for that.
Speaking of, let's talk about episode 4, which is making music with the Doctor.
Yes, I
this
love
is the
that
drum
episode.
set. So, this is the first one. Okay, so Chris and I were Christmas shopping. That's how long we've had these products and how long we were trying to. This video, if I can click on it real quick, came out on July 19th.
Wow, 6 months after we got the
We
stuff.
bought the drum set and the sports flipper thing while we were Christmas shopping in 2019, right? So we were at Newbury Comics, and Chris was like, what about this drum set? And this was the first item that I was like, this is just there's no way we get a whole episode out of this. I was like super doubt, right? And then
I knew he'd have fun with it.
I knew he'd have fun with it, but I was like, this is going to be like a 3-minute video. This is not. And then like that dissuaded all like
notions of what could be a product.
Yeah, now every time I'm looking at product, if I even for a second think like, is this enough? And I'm just like, of course it is. Because of the drum set.
You made that so entertaining. I really love that episode.
I mean, I think I just entertained myself. That's secret. This one was fun because this was the first time the plan was to film multiple episodes.
Yes,
in a
single day.
Yeah.
This one was you and me, no Chris, and we filmed the drums, the sports thing, and most of the Bob Ross video in one day.
Yeah. So that's now just like what happens. That's how we do these now.
But I'm there too.
Yes.
That's how we do this. So this is how we tell you that you're not welcome.
Oh, okay. We're going back to that format. I see. I believe it was just Anthony. I believe the reason it was just Anthony, too, was because I effed up my back. Is that why it was just you, or was it just it's in the midst of COVID and might as well just keep it 2 of you?
I think what happened was, honestly, I think what happened was the plan, like, Emery and I were making these plans to do this, and because I wasn't like, I want to be there, I was like, I want to help you film. It seems like you need a person there to film. So I was like, let me be that person. Allow me to be that person. And then I think you were like, yeah, whatever. And then I talked about how much fun it was. And you watched the video and you were like, I want to be there for the next one. Even if I'm doing nothing, I just want to be there for the next one. And I was like, well, if you're going to be there, why don't we film on 2 cameras?
Well, yeah, then we had the brilliant idea of the double camera setup.
Which is really, we'll get into it, but it's making for some interesting shots.
Oh, yeah. I think quality of life has gone up like video by video with Dr.
I mean, the next
Paine.
step step is mics. We gotta
better
figure that
mics.
out.
No, well, better lighting too. We're already figuring that out.
Ooh, you have one of those.
Yeah, I got a ring light. Check it.
And that's
God, right to my head. I do that.
And that's next Dr. Paine.
Oh man, that's
We'll have this. Yeah.
super profesh, guys.
Yeah.
You're not testing it. It's just a part of the the setup.
No, we would not spoil.
Never. We've gone out of our way to make sure you can't find or see the 6 products that are hidden in this house. You have 20 minutes, Emery.
Well, we were doing a good job of it until my fucking cat came in the room. So now that's spoiled. Next episode was going to be you reviewing my cat. Look at how pointless this animal is.
Oh, he's lying.
She. Her name's Daphne.
I'm talking to you. You're
lying. Oh. Yes, I'm lying. Of course.
Yeah, she's not pointless.
Give us a rating right here, right now, live.
Of my cat.
One perfect being out of 1.
Oh yeah, that's right. He does weird ratings.
Yeah. I love it. By the way, that's kind of been a unspoken rule, but I love the rating system for this show.
Did you notice that in the most recent episode, Emery said some shit like 1 cow out of a flock of cows?
Yeah.
And to represent flock of cows, I took a picture from Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yes.
Yeah. Just to really drive home the fact that Chris loves killing wildlife.
Well, Pauline loves killing horses, as we saw on today's episode.
Yeah, it seems like everyone who had their hands on the control in that game just slaughtered farm animals.
Not intentionally.
Not intentionally.
Not me.
That cannon, though.
She blew those up. That wasn't me.
She you guys couldn't see the big smile on Monsoon's face when she was murdering those horses. And I know this is about you, but I feel like we can't talk about the drum episode without talking about the music thing that I made.
Oh my God!
Because you were like, put me in a mashup, and I was like, okay.
No. Another, in addition to like quality of life of episodes getting better in various ways, different things at editing in each episode, you guys will see, has just gotten more and more complex.
Yeah. Well, in general, I've gotten better at editing.
Which makes sense.
I know how to do artificial zoom-ins now, and I just have a lot more control over what happens editing-wise than I did, and nothing changed. I still use the same editor. I just learned how to use it better.
Yeah.
When we started Dr. Paine, Anthony and we edited the first couple together to kind of get like the how do we want the feel to be.
My hands would be on the editor, and Chris would kind of be like the director of photography, or as it were.
I don't do it anymore because he knows the vibe, the feel we want for Dr. Paine.
No, we wanted Dr. Paine to have its own
energy.
Energy. Yeah, that's a good word. Yeah.
And the humor in the editing and all that, like, we wanted to make Dr. Paine from episode 1 just heavily edited, not because it needed to be, but just to like we wanted to polish this as much as we could.
There's one edit in particular I remember in Dr. Paine episode 1 where we cut out. We just wanted the scene the shot would have worked better if there was a cut, but there didn't have to be one. So we literally just cut out like 3 or 4 frames, cutting from one. scene to
there
another.
didn't need to be a cut.
Yeah, no, we cut just because we wanted there to be a cut.
That's right.
That's how fine-tuned episode 1 was.
Yeah. Yeah, it just was a little bit more visually pleasing if there was a cut instead of just one full
Interesting. You guys are
Yeah.
clip.
You guys are good.
So let us talk about episode 5, Sports Center.
Probably, if I may butt in, probably the dud of this year, in my opinion.
Definitely views-wise.
Yeah.
I think that one's got about 30. Everything else has over 50.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, there's talk about the product for a second. The product,
Yeah.
everything was wrong with that
Oh
product.
yeah, it wasn't you guys'
No, it
fault.
was it was expressly the product's
Oh,
fault.
yeah.
That thing sucked.
Yeah.
I don't
but
know.
that's the point of
yeah.
the show.
Yeah. So which we found out, but like, there's no way to use that and have like a game out of it.
Right. There's no better moment to better showcase how bad that product sucked than when you like line up a shot and it just fucking hits the ceiling as it
Well,
goes
yeah,
so
it
fucking
seemed
far.
like the spring was just way too loaded. Like it was just like you.
there
touch
wasn't
it and
there wasn't a
flies. It-
spring though. It was like plastic rubbing against plastic that
Oh,
you just
okay.
like bend
Yeah.
and it yeah.
And,
And like
it just
the friction of
flies.
you bending plastic against another plastic.
I will say though, there was a scene in this episode where there was no plastic involved. It was Dr. Payne's hand to a cup, and he still could not land a shot.
Oh. Yeah.
And that might be my favorite part of the episode.
Anthony and I desperately try to make a game out of this, and I'm like, oh, I know exactly what I'm going to do, and I fail anyway.
Well, no, you were just trying to do some movie magic and
I
make it
was.
look like you got a
Right.
shot in.
Yeah.
I was like, even like making a joke out of the fact that obviously I'm going to get it in, and I still missed.
Which still might speak volumes about how badly made the product was.
Yeah.
If you just cannot get that football in the cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had a lot of fun coming up with the names for these episodes. And this
Oh,
next
yeah.
one might be my favorite because it's called The Joy of Planting.
That's
Because-
definitely the most clever.
Top tier. Seriously.
because Dr. Paine made a Bob Ross Chia Pet, and
Oh.
boy howdy.
Oh, boy.
Can I tell you that was also around Christmas? I haven't said it, but I think part of the reason Bob failed is because the seeds were so old.
That
it was like
can't-
6 months.
That can't be it. They expect you to keep these things
Really?
forever. Yeah, the
Yeah.
directions were like, once you successfully do one Chia Pet, scrape it off and start over. We put
Okay.
enough seeds in this bag. We used like 1/10 of the bag of seeds.
Yeah, there's plenty of seeds left.
It was, I don't
Are
think
you
I don't-
eating them?
You can eat them. You could eat them.
I still have the bag of seeds.
Eat them.
He keeps the useless bag of seeds, but he throws away the 7 unopened
The
poppin'
thing we
cookin'.
asked him to keep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We said, please keep this. We won't say why, but just please
And
do
I
it.
said, absolutely, I will.
Yep.
And then I threw them away.
This video just based
I
on
think
the,
he was throwing them away while he was texting us. It's like, yeah, I'll keep them.
This video just solely based on the imagery is probably the most cursed. We
drowning?
waterboarded Bob Ross, and then we drowned him,
Yeah.
and then drowned him laying down. But he had a big old smile on his face the
Then
whole
you
time, didn't he?
slathered-
That man was smiling the whole
Yeah, and
time.
then you
Goopy
massaged
seeds
his.
all over
This
him.
is my issue with Chia Pets in general. We saw a couple the other day. Whoops! I clicked on the episode. We were shopping for the next batch of Dr. Paine episodes we're going to do, and we found some more Chia Pets, and we were like, we're not going to buy them, but there they are. And this is a problem I have with those ones, too, because we saw a fucking Chewbacca one. Why does the Bob Ross Chia Pet sans chia seeds have a fucking fro? I thought the point was we're going to get a bald Ross, and we're going to make the fro. Why? What is the point of the already froed and then a bigger fro with the chia seeds? I clicked on another fucking video. You know what I mean?
I do.
Like, why do they do it
Yeah.
like that?
My guess, but you had a good retort to this, would be that you have a Bob Ross statue afterwards, but they expect you to keep making this a Chia Pet.
Mm-hmm.
So, you got
Yeah.
a good point
I
there.
don't know.
Because it's not like if it was like if it was like chia pets sold separately, I mean chia seeds sold separately, right? That would make a little more sense to me because it's like then you have a Bob Ross chia pet. So now if you buy the fucking Scooby Doo one, you can use that with the chia seeds you bought. But every single chia pet comes with its own bag to make like 10 batches of chia plant.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It just doesn't make sense. And I feel like it's never made sense to me, but it wasn't until I was holding one in my hand that I was like, what the fuck is this good thing got hair?
Yeah. So there are a lot of questions about this chia pet. Like,
so this one is actually the one, besides episode 3, I feel like that Chris and I like have the like. Tell us about the weeks with this chia pet that we didn't see on air.
This one was stands out as the episode that took the longest to take place, only because the idea was Bob has to grow his afro over several weeks.
Yeah.
So I was taking care of him for that time, and very quickly I realized it was not going well when he started to grow mold all over his head, and I'm like, how do I save this? So I tried different spots, put him in and out of the sunlight, and I tried to like fill him like less, and then I went back to the usual like get his water in every day, and it just didn't work, and he died very so fast. But I'm like, I have to keep going because that was the concept.
So he didn't even make it to the like 2 weeks, quote unquote, and it'll be a chia pet thing that they set up.
There was some like peak that he hit where the mold was just starting, but he still had like green growth, not as an afro, but sparse growth.
Well, a neck and back fro.
Neck and back fro
and eyeballs.
and
eyeball fro.
Eyeball fro. Where it's like, oh, it's still green. And then from that point on, yeah.
Poor Bob.
Yeah.
May he rest on your bureau.
He's still, at the end of the day, and at episode 10, soon to be 11 of Dr. Paine, he's still
smiling.
Still smiling.
Yeah.
All right, and now we've got the first one to include Chris being in the room.
Yes.
And
very
that
nervous.
Would be called
I was.
edible clothing.
What an episode to start on.
Yeah. Welcome to the show.
Eat
my
this
boob.
candy bra. Eat my boob. Eat my boob for content. And then he did.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
You went for it.
I did. Well, I went for the armpit. I kind of chickened out.
That's all right. That's fair. No, yeah, this was the first episode in the next batch of things that we filmed.
Yeah. The most current.
Yes.
Still releasing.
True.
Not if you count the bonus episode that we did have to return back. But we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll be anger for later.
No, the candy bar was fun.
The end.
Yeah.
The end.
We definitely got a stride later in the day.
Yes, yeah, we were talking about this earlier today. The you could definitely tell the difference with me and Chris being on camera from taste tripping to butter, and like the
Candy bra.
the progression of how comfortable we became throughout the day. I think we fell into a little mold that is good.
Yeah.
A good little comedy environment.
Being live for us in the visual form, not just the audio form, is a new thing for us. And I think we were kind of learning on the go, and I think we finally found where we fit in.
I mean, that's
for Dr. Paine.
We're going to go through that emotional trip all over again when we go over to Twitch.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Tell me about it.
Oh, Emery, do you not listen to our weekly podcast?
Emery, do you not watch the content on this channel like you promote on every episode of Dr. Paine?
Not all of it.
early January, we're starting a Twitch page.
Follow us.
I legitimately didn't know that.
Follow us. You'll make up for it if you follow us.
I will do that. Does it currently exist, or is this a future?
Yeah, you can follow it. I'll send you a link.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it right now on the podcast.
Oh, he's doing it right now.
I'm doing it right now.
Okay, well...
He'll do it live.
Talk about something.
Oh, okay. Well, it's Twitch. It's not what you think it is.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's not that name yet.
It's twitch.tv/.
Here we go.
Let me know when you're ready. doing it live.
Are you people enjoying this?
Twitch.tv
Take-
slash.
Take your phone out and do this too.
PIERTOOCCULT.
Oh, yep. Okay. I know why.
And there should probably be, I don't know who's live right now, but we're probably hosting someone as we speak. No, we are not.
Nope.
Well,
Have you done it?
all right.
Find the right one?
Yep.
Do you see our logo somewhere on that page?
No.
Let me see. Did you do it bad? We're doing it live.
I hope
We're doing it live right here.
Oh yeah, this is us. Yeah,
Why isn't our logo there?
because we're hosting Louisiana, so it's her logo
Ah.
currently.
Okay.
No, that's us. But I think if you click follow, you'll be following Louisiana and not us. Hold
Well,
on, let me
All right. In that case,
let me go to. Oh my God.
You'll be our second follower.
it's exciting.
Stop it. How do I go to me? Why is it set up like this on the website? Follow.
Maybe after all this, I just do this later.
Oh, you need to do it. They want you to download the app.
I admit I do not have the app.
Download
well,
the
you're not
app.
going to download it live.
No. Yeah. I don't.
We got more important
my
stuff to do.
computer.
What are we talking about? Oh yeah. What could
thank
be
you.
said about edible bra that wasn't said in the episode? Like there was no bottoms. No one would ever wear that
I thought
out ever.
it was going to be fruit roll up
Fruit roll up. No.
Really?
as opposed to chalk candy.
Why would it be that?
I don't know.
That's disgusting.
I don't know. Well, no, it's
That
all
would-
disgusting.
It's all disgusting, but that would be like sticky
That
and
would-
weird.
that-
and
yeah.
I don't know.
No, it's
Out
like a
of-
candy
yeah.
necklace or a
I get
candy
it.
bracelet.
Out of
No,
all
I
the
get it.
candies, they chose the best one to make a bra out of, but it still doesn't function as a bra.
Oh yeah, yeah. No support, no coverage.
Not comfortable, I could imagine.
No.
No.
I could see, I think I said this at one point, but I didn't make it in. I could see somebody wearing this to like a rave or something,
okay.
but only if they're 100% okay with their nipples being
Right.
exposed.
Well,
'cause
yeah.
There's no
that
way.
is going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. There's
And then we move on to taste tripping, which was our
Woo.
excursion into the wild world of the Mberry.
or as Dr.
Or
Paine
Dr.
likes
Pate
to call
said,
Mulberry.
the Mulberry.
Mulberry.
These, I've come to the conclusion that these do not work for me. For me.
Yeah.
I think I've seen a couple of videos on these. I think they just don't work for some people and work for other people. Because I feel like it really worked for you.
It did.
It sort of worked for
Yeah.
Chris, and then it just didn't work for me.
The only thing when I reflect on the Mberry, both episodes it was involved in,
Yeah.
the only thing I can really say I think it worked on was the lemon in the tomato. The lemon in the tomato were the two craziest food experiences I've ever had in my life. Everything else was pretty much what I
What you
expected.
expected.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, the tomato's a big one for you.
Oh yeah.
But,
To me, that's proof because I would not eat that much tomato. You couldn't force me to.
Yeah, you took 3 or 4 bites of that
Yeah.
shit.
yeah.
Yeah. How many onion Twinkies have you digested since
Oh yeah.
that episode? You
You got to
fucking
have one
psychopath.
without an Mberry.
Since that time, I haven't eaten one without.
Oh, you gotta. You
What are
love
you-
it so much.
Is this where you bring out an onion Twinkie?
yeah.
Oh, we should have been more prepared.
And we have your parents here, and they made you a plate of onion Twinkies.
You have to eat them all in 30 seconds, or we cancel the show. We already have your replacements set up.
What sucks is like, so the Mberry, the idea with the Mberry, they want you to buy this and like, oh, Thanksgiving dinner, don't mind if I do Mberry. But my main issue with the Mberry, besides the fact that it's not working, let's assume that it worked for a moment. My main issue with the Mberry is how fucking long it takes to dissolve.
my
God.
goodness.
Yeah.
You got to have an hour set
Such
aside
a
just to prepare.
Pain in the ass. Some of these products, you like the Mberry, and like the beginning of Bob Ross, like you don't think about the setup time.
Mm.
Bob was like half an hour of like waiting for chia seeds to get gloopy.
That part I didn't know. I obviously knew that we would have to leave and you still have it and you'd film for 2 weeks or whatever.
Right.
I did not realize that we had to waste like 20 minutes to melt some seeds or whatever the fuck, and then another 20 for like water to settle in Bob's fucking open brain head or whatever the fuck.
Exactly. And similarly, waiting for the emberry to dissolve on your
multiple times. I cut a lot of it out, except if we were funny, but we each took 3 emberries, and it took like 10 to 12 minutes each time.
If they lasted for a full meal, I'd say okay.
Oh, yeah.
I agree.
But they lasted like
for like
2 or
they
3
don't.
bites.
Like, you get 1, maybe 2 things you can try out of it, and then you have to get another one.
When I heard about the emberries, I was like, why isn't everyone talking about these? And like, I get it now. Everyone's not talking about these because they sort of work a little bit for some people.
Yeah.
And Chris brought up a good point too. I don't think it made it into the video. Like, if this is what the powdered pill version is doing, like, can you not ingest like plain miracle berries? Like, could I not just pick a miracle berry off a miracle berry bush and just eat one and have the same effect? Do I lose all taste buds if I do that? They were too powerful.
You taste God in you.
It killed our top researcher. We had to contain it in a pill form.
Jesus.
I don't know. I mean, I when you
with your doctoral degree, tell us what happens when you eat a
with your
miracle
doctoral in
berry.
math.
it
Berry.
could be that a miracle berry on its own isn't that strong of an effect, and the tablet is like a condensed essence.
Yeah, I guess. But the tablet's ingredients was just emberry,
Yeah.
Right.
you know,
In
So, like,
sawdust.
and cornstarch, I think. But that's probably just to turn it into a powdery,
Yeah.
coagulated little pill.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm sure they sell the berry somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, if I find one in the woods, you know. The next episode is the bonus episode you tried to ruin.
Oh boy. Oh god.
It should have been called.
I mean, if you watch the episode, you know what a disaster of a start this one was. Where on the day where they were all there for the other episodes, they're like, and now we get to film the bonus episode with the poppin' cookin' that you promised you kept for us.
And we asked you when we like walked in there to start the day. We were like, "So you got them poppin' cookins, right?" And you were like, "What's that?
Yeah.
What are poppin' cookins?"
It didn't start well. And I think you can probably see it in the moment on the video where you're like, and now we're gonna do the poppin' cookin', and my eyes go wide. I'm like, oh no. And I'm not sure, so I make a show of going around and checking every cabinet just in case. But at a certain point I realized these don't exist in this apartment anymore. They're in a trash compactor somewhere.
My favorite part of that intro is you silently writing the reminder and putting it on the fridge.
It doesn't say anything.
And then all of a sudden, Chris is behind the camera, even though I was in the last shot, and he's just like, "Say you're sorry."
So it didn't start well, but it turned into something fun.
It was a fun episode. I had a lot of fun with that one. Can I say, just since it's behind the scenes stuff,
Yeah.
I still have the extra poppin' cookin' at my house, and I still have to do it, but it's sitting in my room.
You mean this?
Yeah, there it is. He's
Oh
got
my
one
God.
too.
I've got one too.
They've kept them for far longer than I have.
I don't want to fucking build it and eat it. That donut scarred me for life. It sucked. I clicked on a video again.
I
Well,
think
at least
you've
we're
done
getting
it to
views.
every video.
Yeah.
At least we're getting
And
views.
The donut was the best one so far.
Really? Oh, God, I can't.
Taste-wise,
Imagine what
yeah.
the fucking
Yeah.
sushi tastes like. Are you kidding me?
I'm gonna find out.
Is that the one you have?
Yeah.
I took ice cream. When Brutal Moose, the YouTuber Brutal Moose, made the Pop and Cookin' ones, he did this weird, it was like candy. It was like sugar candy, and you mold this white powder into the shape of a train, and then you drip in food coloring, and then it turns into a gummy, right? But then the other one he did was takoyaki, which if you're not familiar with takoyaki, it's like a rice ball type thing with octopus in it, and it's
Yeah.
covered in barbecue sauce and mayo. It's very good, but I can't imagine that the Pop and Cookin' version Tastes like anything other than
I don't
powdered
think-
sugar.
Yeah, I don't think they're trying to go for taste
Just
similarities.
looks, right?
Just looks,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's, I think, where the disconnect is, because I hear takoyaki and I'm like, oh, delicious. But I
Yeah.
mean, you said that the hamburger tasted like, compare the taste of the hamburger to the taste of the donut. Did they taste relatively the same, or would you say that the donut was donut flavored at least a little and the burger was burger flavored at least a little?
So, no to them tasting anything vaguely like what they're supposed to be. They did taste different. They went for different flavors.
Different flavors of sugar.
Of sugar. Yes. Like the donut ones were like vaguely like vanilla-y and potentially vaguely chocolatey. I don't remember exactly. But the hamburger was just strange. It was one of the layers in particular was like the worst thing I'd ever eaten.
Damn.
You said the Coke tasted like Coke, though.
Yeah, but not exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, it did.
I can't imagine what a liquid in that
Well,
product tastes like.
there's no way it was carbonated
No.
because it was a powder,
Right, it was a powder that turned into
a liquid.
a liquid, which was meant to be Coke, and it was like vaguely Coke flavored, but like it wasn't right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
Yeah, so I guess like it was the closest thing out of everything to be what it was meant to be, and it still didn't work. So
This was the first episode where I started, and I think it's going to be a main player, but I started adding the interstitial
yeah,
like cutaways
those are great.
to like TV commercials and
Yeah.
all those things.
Yeah.
Those
that
are a
was
lot
cool.
of fun.
That's a
Sometimes
definite
they're
thing now.
related, sometimes they're not. It's very fun coming up with those. There's one I want to talk about in the next one, but that's the next one. The bonus episode ended up being super long, and I kind of like advertised it as such. Like, look at this long, crazy bonus episode. Thanks for 105 subscribers or whatever.
Yeah.
But the reason it's so long is a testament to how fucking funny you guys are. There was just a lot of usable stuff.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you.
I feel like all three of us are developing some really great on-camera back and forths and energy.
Yeah.
I agree with that a lot.
We're getting our personalities on Dr.
Yeah.
Paine down.
Yeah. No, totally. And then last but not least, we have episode 10 rather, Butter 2, the sequel to Butter.
Have
Well,
you
that's actually what it's
seen
called. That's actually what it's called.
Have you seen Butter?
The first Butter video.
I've seen like half of it. I have
You've
not
seen clips of Butter?
Yes.
Okay.
It's, for those of you who don't know, Butter was a video on our channel. It's Chris and Pauline, their first.
Monsoon.
Yeah. What did I say?
Pauline.
Oh, that's her name.
He said it. He
Oh,
said it.
okay.
And I was
I'm like, how dare you, sir?
It was Lightning and Monsoon, otherwise known as Chris and Pauline, their first, I believe, excursion into making
Yes.
homemade butter, which is something they do all the time.
Yeah,
now.
we're the fucking master chefs at
But-
making butter
but
now.
with the other butter
Oh, this
maker,
product.
not
Actually,
this one.
I have some
Yeah.
fantastic backgrounds, behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
There is an unofficial Butter 3
Okay.
that might get filmed or might not. The day your Butter video was released, I was at Pauline's house with the dreaded what is it? Chefin
Chefin. Buttercup butter
maker.
maker.
You got it. Chef and Buttercup butter maker. I knew the answer. I
Her
could have spoke up at any point.
Her mom is a fantastic chef, a fantastic baker, and a fantastic lady.
triple threat.
And she was determined. We
To
were
make it
sitting there
work,
watching
yeah.
Emery, and of course she watched me gyrate in front of him.
And him just fucking loving it.
And that's how Pauline introduced this video to them, by the way. She
Oh
said,
my
look at this
God.
dumbass thing Chris is doing. And then they were like, what is this? And then instantly we were like, Buttermaker doesn't work. She was like, what the hell, it doesn't.
Well, can I bring up something that I've literally never brought up before? Because I have a bone to pick with you. I feel like there's a difference between whipping cream and heavy cream. If there is no difference, then why are they in different containers? Because this product calls for heavy whipping cream.
We've used
and
both.
Every time you've used both at this point?
Yeah.
Because up until this, with Dr. Paine, the only thing you brought to the table with this thing was heavy cream, even though the box called for heavy whipping cream. So in my head, I was like, well, something's going wrong. Maybe it's the fact that we technically didn't follow the instructions.
You can make butter with either, because we've made butter with both.
Yeah,
and
I'm sure.
It works
I'm sure.
the same either way.
No, at this point, I'm sure it's just a shitty butter maker. But
Yeah.
the only thing in my head that was sticking out was the fact that we used the wrong thing. Technically.
No. Well, so here, let me finish unofficial butter 3.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were done.
No. Then we try it. That was the lead up to then we try it again. 5 of us. We had an army of people prepared to make this butter.
Yeah.
Me, Monsoon, her parents, her brother. We shook it for 30 minutes straight.
Okay.
All switching
moly.
off.
Which already, like, what did they say? Like 2
3
minutes?
3 minutes.
3
Fuck
minutes.
them. Jesus
And I
Christ.
timed it. Actually, I have the timestamp somewhere. It's roughly like 22 minutes or something.
Yeah.
Somewhere we stopped. Roughly between 30 and 20 minutes. And we could not get it past the stage he was at.
So that's just what that does then.
Well, it's essentially
Like-
a whipped cream maker.
Like
is what it is.
the failed like butter that we got on the episode is the final
It's what everybody's
product.
gotten.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
here's what her mom did, because she refuses to quit.
Okay.
She flings the cap off, she takes a whisk, and just makes butter out of what's already in there. And I was like, that is not as intended. But
So she eventually from the I was going to say ingredients, but it is really just heavy cream.
yeah.
She made butter.
She made butter.
but she had to use
She did it-
external force.
Yeah. she did
Yeah.
it not as intended.
One thing I wanted to point out that I keep meaning to bring up to you guys and I just keep forgetting. Did you notice that you talk about the shake weight and then I cut to a shake weight commercial and then you before I cut to it you said, do we have can we get the music from the shake weight commercial? And then when I cut back, it was in fact the music from the shake weight commercial.
I didn't make that final connection.
Because
No.
when I downloaded the shake weight commercial to my computer, sometimes it breaks up the video of the audio and the editor in a top and a bottom, and usually they're identical, but for whatever reason, on this one, the audio was separate from the vocals were separate from the music, so I could literally cut out the woman and just play the music.
That's perfect. Oh my god. I have to watch this again now.
That's why I did it, because if I just started playing the music, no one would have noticed. So I cut away to it. I was like, listen to the music in the
Yeah.
commercial. Now I'm going to cut back and it's the actual music, motherfuckers. Because I am, as I say frequently, haven't said it in a while,
No.
the Prometheus of editing.
Oh, I thought he was. I really thought he was humbling a bit, but he did say it again.
Yeah. Yes. I am the Prometheus of editing. All shall be below me, or whatever.
Na 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 na.
Neener, neener. That's what Prometheus says, right?
That's what happened
I'm
in
more
the movie.
important than all of you, neener, neener. I'm going to go kill myself or whatever his story's about.
Was that the final episode?
Yeah, the most recent
Butter.
one is Butter 2, the sequel to
far.
Butter.
May I?
Yeah.
So in the last week, every year, we try to reflect on the year past here on Thunder and Lightning
Yes.
Gaming.
We
As
did that
a
in a
parent.
pretty direct way with our best of.
Yeah,
That went up last
best
week.
of, game of the year, and even last year's podcast was. I think it was a wrap up of the year, and
Yeah.
and now we're starting a new tradition of the checkup with the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
This was your first. I'm hesitant to say full year, but your first committed year
Mm-hmm.
to being the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
You
And if
knew you
everything
were going to
goes-
be the doctor.
If everything goes according to plan and there's not another outbreak, next time we do this podcast, we're going to have 12 new episodes
Yeah.
to talk
Yeah.
about.
yeah. How does it feel? How are you enjoying your time as the doctor?
Exit interview for year one.
It feels really good because this is the year when I feel like I was really inhabiting the persona because I had the lab coat and I had the stethoscope,
Mm-hmm.
courtesy of gifts that I had gotten at Christmas time the past year, which we wasn't able to put into play until the first episode months later.
Yes.
I don't think we've said this. My mom got you the coat.
Oh yeah, we
Yes.
should.
And
We
Pauline got you the stethoscope.
we should give proper thanks. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they were.
Wait.
Not to say
did-
you didn't say their names, but I don't think we've ever said who got him.
Did Pauline steal a real stethoscope?
No, that was
from...
hers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which
It's real. It is real.
Oh, yeah,
but
I know
it is
it's
real.
real.
And she gave it spontaneously and willingly, which was amazing. Like she hadn't planned to give that to me, but she's like, "I have a stethoscope." I'm like, "Don't you need this?" And she's like, "I can get another one. It's fine." I'm like, oh. So that was really really nice.
Pauline goes into work. She's
Pauline
like,
just
"Bad
ripping them
news,
off
guys.
of me.
I lost my stethoscope. I know you said that the first new one's free, so fork it over." It's like the fucking. Did you have that in school when it was like, "Here's your binder you have to have. If you lose it, it's free, but if you lose it again, it's $13 or whatever the fuck."
I think I was just had to buy mine. I think. But no, you're right. Now we've revealed the origins of the coat and the stethoscope.
Yes.
You're right. We never did that.
His solid look, and what could the doctor add to it other than a white T-shirt or a black T-shirt underneath? Not consistently one or the other, but most definitely one or the other.
Oh no, maybe there may never be enough coordination to establish a consistent look beyond the things physically handed to me.
I love how the gracious sculptors at Chia have lovingly crafted Bob Ross wearing a polo shirt as if to say, "This isn't a nude Ross. Don't worry."
But yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to derail. Continue
No.
letting us know how it feels to be the one and only Dr. Paine.
No, it feels really good, and I feel like over the course of this many episodes, I established for myself my own unwritten rules for doing the show, which include the things like the weird rating system.
Yes.
Yep,
And,
love it.
How did that start? Was that in episode 1? I don't think so.
Episode 1, I don't think had a rating. Santa had candy canes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
That's right. That's why I have a PNG of a candy cane to this day on my on my computer. That's right.
You're right. That was the
Yeah.
first.
So it was Santa that started that.
Yeah, and then I just randomly continued doing that.
No, it's great. It makes for a fun. You always it's like that. You always forget it's coming. If you're a
Yeah.
viewer and not me, the editor, you forget it's coming, and you're like, "Oh yeah, he does a rating, and there's a cool graphic."
Yeah,
with
once
it.
we get to the wrap-up scene, I'm always like, what's he going to say? What's the rating going to
What's
be?
the weird shit he's gonna say this time?
Yeah, no, and because every episode, and this is probably clear, but just so we know, it's not scripted. I don't know what's happening myself in between the start of it and the end of it. I don't know what the rating is going to be. I don't know what I'm going to use, and I don't know what I'm going to say.
And Marie's of course lying. We paid Bo Burnham each episode to write a script for us that we have to follow to a T, or else Mr. Burnham gets mad at us.
Right. So you're gonna cut that out, right, for the actual.
Yeah, I'll cut that out.
All right,
Well,
good.
yeah, Bo Burnham, Mr. Burnham wanted to remain anonymous, and he shall remain
In this whole channel. This is his channel.
We're paid by Bo Burnham.
Is it also one of your unwritten rules that the second the cameras start rolling, you have to say some weird ass shit in the first minute and a half?
Every
Yes.
episode, the part of the episode where you say some shit and then the intro starts, I never have to search for that. I searched for it once because I wanted to put the thing that I said in that one episode. But other than that, it's always something you randomly said, and it's not
Right
even
as
like,
we start.
There's not even like if I removed the intro, there wouldn't be a cut. You just say that weird shit, and then you go right into like, "Welcome back to my totally normal show."
You nailed it. That is now. It has become an unwritten rule.
Good.
that is how
Good.
these start now.
It makes me feel a little better that you were at least self-aware that you were doing it.
Yeah. At this point, yeah, maybe not
There-
at the beginning. But
There's been times I've shown up to record other stuff, and Anthony would pull me aside, pull up the unedited Dr. Paine, and be like, "Just listen to this shit he said right before we start. Listen to this weird thing he said."
similarly unplanned and just off the cuff. in the moment as it happens. Yeah. So, no, there's no thought behind the magic of the show. There's no genius, pulling the strings. It's just a bull in a china shop.
Something that I wanted to bring up that is a credit to you as a entertainer, I guess. Is when we started buying you the thing and you opening it right there, I thought we were gonna have a setup where like you open it, we get your initial like, whoa, what is this? And then we cut for 20 minutes while you try to figure out what you're going to do with it. But that hasn't been the case. You just sort of like go and you're like, all right, well, here we go.
That's always been the big fear of him and I. And that's why we gave you a list the first time of like, hey, test for this
yeah,
stuff.
that's right. We gave him like a written letter in episode
Santa.
2.
I remember that. Yeah.
But we haven't run into that issue yet. Also, the concept of him not knowing what the product is and us being the ones to pick it out happened because of Christmas last year. That Santa Christmas episode was the first time. It was the second episode, so it was the first time
we didn't sit down and we're like, let's be the ones to buy it for him. We just saw that and we're like, we're gonna get this for Dr. Paine.
It was gonna be a special thing for the Christmas episode.
Right. Yeah.
But
no,
then
you're right.
seeing his reaction and the way he dealt with it, we were like,
totally forgot about that.
Yeah, we were like, that should be the setup for the whole show.
Wow, the format of this show really just kind of like found itself.
Yeah.
In the second episode, so many things. It really boils down to that one. That's actually really funny. I hadn't realized that until this conversation.
Episode 1, we figured out so much stuff for editing. Episode 2, I feel like we figured out a lot about the format of the show.
I have I don't know if I'm sure somebody's noticed, but I have sort of this unwritten rule that the outro is never just the Thunder and Lightning Gaming outro. I think on episode 3 it is for some reason, but other than that I always do something different. Like during the Bob Ross episode, I found some audio from his stuff, and that's literally the only one I can remember. But I always try to...
Yeah, I look forward to the outros.
Yeah.
Every time. Yeah.
I always try to make the outro something different each time.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Yeah.
Because there is no outro song. And similar to Cinematic Relief, I do this on Cinematic Relief. We have an intro, but there's no outro, so I just play the Let's Play outro. Mm-hmm. It's kind of weird. And I want to change it, and I think that it would be weird if it was like, here's this crazy, awesome, edited Dr. Paine intro that Anthony clearly spent like an hour on, and then it's just the Let's Play outro.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make it special, and I thought, why not, instead of making one or having him film something, I'll just do random shit.
I think this is the most in-depth that we've ever talked about one of the projects we do on this channel.
Yeah.
And like the ins and outs of what went into making it.
Yeah.
It's really interesting.
Yeah.
I'd be interested in hearing about other things. I don't know if you guys want to turn that into...
Well, that's not what this podcast is about. Fuck everything else we do.
Well, you don't got to do it now, but like, potential topics for...
I did want to...
No, that's good to know, though, if this is something interesting.
Yeah.
Did anyone... The Kit Kat skit that we made.
Oh, Skit Kat. It's
Skit
the best
Kat.
title ever.
It's, did you watch the outro? Where
what was the outro?
It was
Outro
the Kit Kat.
specifically?
It was the Kit Kat song. Give me a break. But I replaced Kit Kat with me saying wafer cookie.
I need to watch that right now.
Oh yeah, we'll watch it after we stop. And we're basically done. We've been going for an hour and 8 minutes.
Oh, wow.
So
jam-packed episode.
yes. Yeah. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Dr. Paine, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you for being a part of the channel.
Yes, also that. Thank you for being such a big part of this channel. I am in the best of that went up today, but when people are listening to this, it went up a week ago. I always put a special thanks in the description, and I thanked everybody, and I gave Christy Carlson Romano a super duper special thanks. Forgive me, she's actually famous. But I gave you and Monsoon and the band that does our outro like a personal, very special thanks. Because other than me and Chris, there's really only 2 other people who are like, we have all our friends and family members on this channel from time to time. Like even my brother made it into the best of.
Yeah.
But as far as like the Thunder and Lightning family, I feel like it's me, Chris, and then it's you, Pauline,
and then Kelsey and Catherine.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We have an extended cast on Thunder and Lightning, but this year there's definitely been two people who stand out the most.
Besides us.
Well, no,
Yes,
not
yeah.
us.
And it's,
We didn't
it's,
stand
it's
out the
us.
most.
Oh,
and the two
It's
people.
Dr. Paine and
we'd,
Monsoon.
we'd like to
The-
thank ourselves for all the work that we've done.
Oh, you went the other way with that.
Yeah.
There's two people who stand out. It's Thunder and
It's
Lightning.
Thunder and Lightning, Chris and Anthony.
No, I really appreciate that. No, it feels good to be a part of it.
Yeah, totally.
That reminded me of what I said in the car before we started this.
What was that?
We were talking about how convenient it is to just the
Oh my
positives
God, yeah.
of filming all of them in a single day. Do you want to say it?
Oh no, it was really funny because as we talked about, we've gotten into the rhythm of now filming multiple episodes in a single viewing because it's very convenient. It's we get together, we can do a bunch of filming all at once, go boom 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 products. You can feel how good the rhythm gets between us if we get a couple products in. So there's like a really tight and awesome viewing for the past couple. So he's like, I really, I think this has been the right decision. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And it's just because I fucking hate seeing you.
That was just. I was prattling off just all these genuine,
Yeah.
it's such a good idea that we don't do this all the time.
I'm
And
like,
then I was
yes.
just like, because I just don't want to see you. Which isn't true. I haven't said it all day. But let me just clear the air. I do, in fact, like seeing you. It's probably part of the reason I tried to greenlight a show for you on this channel.
Yeah. But no, thank you all for listening. Thank you to Froggy and the Friendship for the use of our theme song that I'll still probably use at the end of this episode. Sunny Day, you can find that on their SoundCloud, and our Let's Play theme song is the 8-bit version of that called Sunny Bit, also on their SoundCloud. Thank you, Dr. Paine. If you're for some reason listening to this and you haven't seen Dr. Paine, go watch them. They're like the most fun to be had on the channel in terms of like laugh ratio.
Yeah.
There's a whole playlist of them that I'll probably link at the end of this.
Also, if this is your first podcast on Thunder and Lightning Gaming, Dr. Paine is usually not a part of it.
Yeah, and it's got a whole different format where we talk mostly about Gwyneth Paltrow. But,
Gwyneth Paltrow and news of the week.
But also, yeah, we talk about news sometimes if there's not too much Paltrow to speak of. Because there's a lot of her to go around. And that being said, I've been Thunder.
I've been Dr. Paine.
And I'm Lightning.
Stay safe, stay clean, and we'll see you next time.
To play some of that